And we are getting ready for a start. So weather conditions, goodness only knows. It's just one of those things that you will determine once you're out there on the circuit. So it depends on who starts the car. Now, in the case of the pole-sitting number 63 Mercedes-AMG GT3 for Toro Racing, if I check the expected orders, Eric Zhang will start that car. There's Alessio Piccarello standing on right of screen, so that would tend to suggest that Jeffrey Lee. Well, so far my notification that's pasted on the wall in front of me is accurate. He will start the number 88 entry. A stellar drive by that man just a week ago at Suzuka in Japan to hold on to a race lead and go through to give he and Piccarello victory in the hotly contested GT World Challenge Asia. So this is an interesting lineup. Joel Eriksson, who drives also as a factory driver for BMW alongside Betty Chen. Joel Eriksson, a front runner in the DTM Championship in Germany, Germany's leading touring car championship. Now that's the 186 entry. That's a GTC entry. Xiaomin alongside the Australian John Martin. They are a little bit further back. So that was position number 5 for Martin. So the 66 entry. The orders getting a little spun around. Min Heng and Lin Nan for the YC Racing team. Teammates to the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo of Martin and Xiaomin. We're back to the 92 entry. That is Ivan Lee and Kevin Chen, graduates from GT4 last year in China GT, have been doing a sterling job. In fact, they set pole position in the second leg of qualifying for tomorrow's next race. We're charging through the field now. The 25 entry, that of course is Dominic Ang and Song Bo. They've been front runners the last couple of seasons in the Extreme Motorsports Radical RXC. This is a great sight too. Kings Racing have been a big part of China GT over recent years, and to see the number 7 entry back in the field, they have qualified in position number 10. Sun Jing, who we've seen in China GT since its formative years, has run in Nissans, has run, I think, in Lamborghinis, I'm sure in Aston Martin. He's running a variety of machines. Bit of a journeyman these days, the Chinese driver. He is back in this field alongside Yang Tengyi in that mighty number 7 Kings Racing Audi R8 LMS GT3. Further down the order, we saw them finish, or we saw him finish, Lo Ji Ho second in the GT4 race in a KTM Crossbow GT4 earlier for Extreme Motorsports. He's in the second of the Radical RXC entries alongside Liu Kai. They're second in the GTC points. They start from position number 13. So plenty going on here at Shanghai International Circuit. This is the start of round 5. We'll have the drivers go out. You see the rain starting to fall again. Take a quick look outside the commentary box. Doesn't take Einstein to work out it is raining, but it's not particularly heavy at the moment. We had a large thunderstorm hit us towards the closing stages of the GT4 race earlier today. That had a big impact. That race was red flag. It was declared. Dong Liang and McLaren factory driver Charlie Fang taking the victory. That is the number 66 Mercedes-AMG GT3 of YC Racing. Lin Nan behind the wheel of that car for the start. Min Heng will take over, the two of them having done past miles in China GT in different machinery. They're really mixing things up. So it should be an interesting race. As Sophie rightly pointed out, 19, in fact 20 cars there should be in this field. I see 19 listed at the moment. There may have been a technical issue for one of the drivers in the field, but what I am very interested to see is what the track conditions will do. It's a 1 hour race, 60 minutes. Compulsory pit stop between minute 25 and 35. Every car must effect a stop. We will get down to how long each of those cars will stop at some point, especially when I can find the paperwork. Oh, there it is. One thing about this job, plenty of paperwork. Each team will stop for their minimum allocated time. If you leave pit lane before you have effected that minimum stop, you will be given another visit to pit lane. The one thing we spoke about earlier is the last thing you will be doing in these 60-minute sprint races is pitting outside of your pit window. That can have a huge effect on the end result. Now, the weather too will have an effect on the result. And depending on whether you have started your pro or your AM driver, and there are partnerships in this field of two AM drivers to lesser experienced drivers, so they'll flip a coin as to who starts and who takes the second run. Invariably, that will be swapped for race 2, which will come tomorrow afternoon, about 24 hours' time. The rain had been expected to fall quite heavily today. That had been predicted some days ago. In fact, warnings were issued, and it was pretty treacherous at one stage a couple of hours back, but doesn't look too bad now. There was some question earlier about whether or not they might in fact cancel this race, but it's been light rain since the GT4 race. Fortunately, we want to see competition on track. What will be interesting to see is whether or not they decide to circulate behind the safety car. Well, the clock's ticking. There you go. That answers that question. So it appears not only is the safety car leading the pack, it does in fact look like, yes, there it is. The clock is top centre of screen with 57 minutes to go. So it gives drivers a chance to not make any passing moves. The yellow flags are out too. Obviously, it's a safety car period, but also to find what track conditions are like. They're not doing it at particularly high speed, but that will give them some idea of exactly how things are going to play out. So, Lin Yu did a very good job last time around alongside Nick Yellowly. Well, we're underway. We're away now. And Eric Zhang leads the field away. What can he do this time round? He doesn't need to do anything particularly special. Consistency will be the key. Xiaomin already up to position number 3 in the GTC Lamborghini. Of course, the Lamborghini Hurricane Super Trofeo. It's not a full-spec GT3 car. That is the Generation 1 car. That's pre-Evo. It's got the shark fin in the middle of the back. And they are a very quick car, as CJ Huang in D2 livery the last couple of seasons has shown as the reigning champion of GTC, except for the fact he's gone a little bit wide, and that has allowed the new back into position number 3. So further back, the 66 YC Racing Team entry with Lin Nan behind the wheel. Mercedes-AMG GT3 holding down position number 5. Behind that, a very nice start for Zhang Tengyi. It's the colours of. It's affecting a move very much like Anthony Yu did here just a month or so ago in the Audi Sport R8 LMS Cup around the outside at that stage of Alex Au. That was in dry conditions. That was an outstanding move. Gave him back the lead of the race, and from there he just drove away from the field. He's a local expert here, but the Audi is well and truly on a charge. Oh, we're going to get through there comfortably. It's one of the 2 Radical RXC turbos. 3.5 litre turbo EcoBoost Ford engine. Doing a great job. Of course, the Radical RXCs have been a mainstay in GTC and China GT over the last couple of years, but at the front, Eric Zhang is not put a foot wrong yet. Let's keep it that way. Jeffrey Lee again coming off victory alongside Alessio Picariello last weekend at Suzuka for Blancpain GT World Challenge Asia. Carrying on the great job that he did last time out with back-to-back wins alongside Nick Yellowly at Ningbo. Lin Yu doing a good job. One of the 15 AAI entries. No, it wasn't. It was one of likely the 69 Racing Team entries. Oh, that was a big dive bomb by the Radical. So, Eric Zhang, that's not a bad opening lap at 2:22. Holds a 4-second lead now over Jeffrey Lee. Lin Yu into position number 3. Oh, there's the second. That's Song Bo, and he's not happy about it either. Where is that on the circuit? That's a very unusual spot. He's very vocal about how 4 wide through turn 1. And Xiaomin, after a brilliant start, looks like he's been absolutely swamped. That's unless I'm mixing up the colours. But that looks like it may well be the 186 entry that John Martin qualified on the 3rd row, starting from position 5. He had a brilliant start, was up to 3rd, maybe 4th early in this race. He's dropped back right down the order again now. crossed the line in position 6. He's been swamped by this particular group of cars. So what's happened to Songbo, and where did he strike drama? Just trying to keep up with where some of the cars are situated on the track. There's one car stopped not far from the start-finish line. That doesn't look like it was where it was cleaned up, unless it was the final corner. And he spun further down the circuit. So that's the number 9 entry. Well, that's frustrating for them. They'd qualified qualified quite strongly. QAUA, who's a Porsche Carrera Cup Asia regular, Lawrence Liu, who drove alongside Daniel Liu, another of the PCCA drivers last year in GTC. They qualified 2nd in GTC and 8th in this race. So frustrating for them, some sort of drama. I think they were the ones that shot through down at turn 14. Okay, safety car's given up. Time to bring it back. Eric Zhang, what a brilliant start he has made. Absolutely flawless. Comfortably leading. Out by something like 5 or 6 seconds now. And he will be aware, the team will have told him. Safety car intervention. Time to drop the pace off. You see it's not too heavy, rain-wise. In fact, it sounds very much like it's stopped. Start behind the safety car under investigation. I can't quite read that. I've got other things across the top of my screen. So there's clearly a number of things that are going to come to play as we go through. It's Eric Zhang, Jeffrey Lee, Lin Yu, the number 7 entry, we believe, of Zhang Tengyi. He has done a great job off the start. It's the 68 Radical. Now that started from position 13. Now, the 68 Radical was started by Lo Ji Ho, who's just come off the podium in GT4. So a solid start from him. That's a brilliant drive. Just mark that one up so I can keep track of who started where, when and how. So he's moved from 13th already to 5th. He is leading GTC. In position number 6 is the number 92 entry. That is Ivan Lee. That's not a great sight. You see the Porsche being put back into the garage. QAUA. There's obviously a bit of a drama there for the Hong Kong driver. So no more opportunity for them as the field comes under control of the safety car. So that was the 92. The 66 is in position number 7. And that is Lin Nan in the YC Racing Mercedes. So that passing move with, well, it was Xiao Min in the number 186 entry. He's dropped back to position 9. 2nd and 3rd in GTC. 2nd in GTC, position number 8 in this race. Number 75 entry. And that is the YC Racing Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo, also piloted by 2-time GTC champion China GT, CJ Huang. But starting the car in the, where are we, 75 entry was Wang Tao. Of course, he's had a lot of experience too, predominantly in Porsches. So things are getting very, very interesting. So welcome to you wherever you are around the world. I know there's a number of people watching on from Australia. Very keen to see how GT racing in this part of the world emerges. A lot of drivers from around the Asian region and certainly from Europe come and make China GT a journey. Talking about John Martin from Australia. He's been a front runner in Australian GT in past seasons. He's up here for his debut, racing at GTC and the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. He will take over after the compulsory pit stop from Xiao Min. Rain hasn't really intensified. Looks like we're going back for a replay. Yes, this is the start. So perhaps this is what's under investigation. Depends where Eric Zhang was, and he really doesn't need the misfortune of copping a penalty for that restart, because from that point on he's been absolutely flawless, and I'm only surmising that that may be the question. Something could have gone on behind. There may have been a passing opportunity. There is Xiao Min. We're talking about him. Very strong till he got down to 6, and then he was swamped not long after this. Oh, look at the Audi down the inside. Unbelievable move by Zhang Tengyi. He really did throw it down the inside, and then he comes around the outside at turn 9. Not too many people can pull that move off. That was very impressive. That's Audi territory, well and truly. Almost ran wide on the exit. And another one down the inside. This might be where it got a little ugly. that was nice. That might have been Ivan Lee, and of course that's opened the door for Lo Ji-ho, and he continued to move forward from there up to position number 5. You can see just how gloomy it's getting. There's a lot of fog, obviously, in the lens, so don't look at that. That was QA Yue. He's having a drama, and unfortunately, he was forced to bring the car back into pit lane, and it looks sadly at this stage like they have put the Eagle-Eyed Racing Team number 9 entry back into the garage. Now, I'm assuming we're still on replay, or are we live again? Well, I think we're live. No, safety car's still out. Can't be live. This must be replay still. Yes, it is. Apologies. Xiao Min, you can see just being swamped, and that dropped him a little bit further back down the order. So after being as high as 3rd, dropped back to 9th by the time this safety car intervention came into play for something that had happened with Song Bo. He and Dominic Ang have been very, very competitive in that Extreme Motorsports Radical RXC Turbo over the last couple of years. They've taken a number of wins in China GT. They've been quite successful, I believe, from memory here at Shanghai International Circuit. Certainly they've been podium place getters regularly. They have some circuits where they're very, very strong. We were talking earlier in the GT4 race about the weight advantage between some of the smaller cars. You go to the Radical RXC as an example. Well, no, we won't. I'm being told we're going to have an interview down at pit lane. Surprise!
好，在我身旁的9号车组的2位车手崔悦和 Lawrence， 先从 Lawrence 开始吧。What happened on the track？ 发生了什么？能跟我们分享一下吗？
今天雨很大，然后确实什么都看不见。我第一棒嘛，然后在最后14号弯大直道的时候呢，前面大概5台车挤在一起，然后雨非常大，什么都看不见。然后呢，我已经减速了，减到很低的速度，但是真的是我看不清那个左边的那个刹车牌，然后就刹车就没刹住，然后就撞上去了。5台车挤在一起前面。
So sorry for that. Lawrence just summarizes that because the rain is super heavy. So at the last, the turn 14, the vision is really not so good. Even though he just speed down, it doesn't prevent this accident. 那崔悦其实来到上海站也是本土作战，很遗憾的没能上这个赛车比赛，但是参加川GT 之前也有参加的经验。那其实能跟我们说一下69车队在这周末的备战情况是怎么样 ？How the preparation goes this weekend？
那其实作为我们经纬雨果车队，那我觉得作为 Lawrence 这种车手，我觉得他提高是非常快的。那很可惜我们碰到了大雨。昨天我们在排位是表现非常棒的，然后。但这就是比赛，然后这种比赛我觉得也会让更多的 Pro Amateur Drivers 然后学到一些经验。但在雨地的话，你没有办法，你不知道下一秒会发生什么，这就是比赛。
也希望明天无论天气情况怎么样，你们能赶紧好好调试好车况，明天好运，好吗 ？And so you just summarizes that actually it's a little pity because he cannot finish the race and also can partner with Lawrence definitely is a very good chance to improve himself. Now it's your time, cross back to our guys. 回到我们的解说间。
Well, we're accelerating. Still, well, the yellow's out now. Wasn't quite sure what we were doing, but we are back underway, and that is good news. Lo Ji-ho in the Radical RXC leading GTC onto position number 5, and he's not too far off the tail of that storming Audi R8 LMS GT3, the King's Racing entry. It has been number 1 in this championship in the past, and I'm sure Audi Sport Customer Racing Asia director Martin Kurl, sitting up there in Beijing, had tried to get down here this weekend, but the weather had other ideas. He'll be all smiles watching that storming metallic blue Audi move forward, making some very, very impressive moves. Oh, Lo Ji-ho just tried to tuck back in underneath there. That was a great job. Lin Yu still hanging in there, doing as much as he can to defend, and the young man, has shown to be very, very impressive. Supporting very nicely Nick Yellowly last time out at Ningbo. He has been a real revelation in this championship. We hope to see more of him across the course of this race. Already he's doing a very good job. Jiang Tengyi has another look at the part of the circuit where he made that move in the opening lap, storming run through. They qualified in position number 10. He's currently holding on to position number 4 and doing everything he can to find a way past Lin Yu for that next position. Deep under brakes comes the Radical. Right behind him, though, the number 92 entry, Ivan Lee. he should have started that car. I was just noticing with interest that Lawrence Liu was the guy who was in the number 9 entry. That's not what was said on the list, but hey, these things can be a little variable. The teams can make late decisions about who starts the car. That's part of the regulations. So we'll see who is in the cars. We'll obviously get a bit of an update when they come in for the compulsory pit stop. That window will open in about 8 minutes' time, and then things could get very interesting, especially as some of the more experienced drivers have chosen to sit the start of this one out. Alessio Piccirillo, Adam Christodoulou, Nick Yellowly. That's 1, 2 and 3 in this race. Ooh, that was interesting. That looked very much like Ivan Lee got taken for position there on the run out of the hairpin. He looked to have lost an awful lot of speed. He has. Now, who is that that's come through in one of the Super Trofeos? The 75 entry now. That is really storming. Wang Tao, what a brilliant drive. He has made the most of that run. There he is on screen. That's the car that he shares with CJ Huang. CJ Huang on his own in both 2016 and 2017. Oh, no. That's disappointing. Ivan Lee was doing such a brilliant job. He hasn't lost too much ground. He needs to regroup it, carefully rejoin the circuit. Otherwise, that too could create a bit of a problem. Okay, the 666 entry. Now, that should be in the Porsche 1 make category, I think. Just have a quick look at that. Yes, it is. Yang Qi starting that car, potentially. Yes, he's the only driver in that car. He's doing a great job. He's up to position number 9 as we go on with this battle. Well, the 7 has made the move on the 90. And try as he might, Lin Yu has had to concede position to that storming Audi. Now up into position number 3. What a great job. The 75 Lamborghini has taken the point now for GTC. What a great run for Wang Tao. He's doing a brilliant job. He's done a lot of miles in these cars in China GT over the last couple of years. And he is putting that to good use. Of course, experience counts here in the dry, much less in the wet. So those drivers that have been around this circuit in damp conditions are really putting that to good use. The Control Michelin wet weather tyre. Of course, the one value of starting this race as wet was they didn't have to think too hard about whether to use slicks or wets. Of course, they all chose the Control wet weather tyre. They're all obviously praying that the rain continues, the weather stays wet, and they can continue this pace. Eric Zhang having to do it all over again. Number 25, drive-through penalty, overtake before the control line. Now, that's frustrating. It's number 25. Well, that was Songbo, so pretty sure that's Songbo. Just checking it is. So I think that penalty is more than being taken care of because they're no longer taking part of this race. There does appear to be something going on with the 75, the 68 and the 25. It'd be frustrating if it was the 68. Well, no. If I can see just through the timing page, 75, 68 and 25 drive through. So there goes Lo Jiho. And after that storming run off the start, he moved his way forward to the front of the field in GTC. Wang Tao's going to have to come down pit lane. The 75 car on screen. There is Lo Jiho serving his penalty. Songbo, well, he served his. He's a retirement in this race after that contact. I'm 100% sure where that was on the opening lap. It brought us under safety car conditions fairly quickly after starting behind the safety car. Eric Zhang still doing a great job. Jeffrey Lee, who's off to the Spa 24-hour race with Audi Sport for a 4-driver Audi Sport Asia entry this year at the end of July. Getting some valuable miles to see him do such a great job last weekend at Suzuka. It's very comforting as we head towards that twice around the clock endurance race. Jeffrey, one of the veterans of that category. More starts than anybody else over, well, we're up to season 8 or 9. Crikey, it's been a long time. Anyway, moving on. Can't keep up with everything. I'll tell you what, though, how good is Yang Tengyi in the Kings Racing entry? Except for the fact he's lost a little bit of track position now. He will pick that position back up from the 75 because that penalty is pending for Wang Tao. But after doing a great job in getting around Lin Yu, somewhere whilst all this has been going on, or whilst I've been looking at timing monitors, the number 7 Kings Racing Audi has lost position again to the BMW and to the Lamborghini. So the lead now out to 2.9 seconds. Jeffrey Lee still hanging tough in position number 2. Last time round, 2:24.6 for Eric Young, 2:25.3 for Jeffrey Lee. So a stellar drive by Jeffrey. Nick Yellowlee's teammate Lin Yu, last time around 2:26.9, although I think he probably regained a track position in all of that, so may have lost a little bit of time in traffic. Wang Tao's got a surprise coming, no doubt. He may have been radioed by the team, or alternatively, he will be told he'll be down pit lane. Fastest lap so far has been 2:22.6. Tao's going around again. Doesn't want to do that too many times because he could end up with a black flag, taking no further part in this race. So he may have one more opportunity to make that stop. As we say, Lo Ji Ho's done his stop. He served his penalty. Number 68 Radical. Song Bo served his by virtue of retirement. Uh-oh, another car off track. Might be deep under brakes down at turn 14. Rejoined safely. It's likely one of the 69 racing team entries in the Porsche 1 make category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those cars in this field. As Jeffrey Lee continues storming around the Craft Bamboo Racing entry. J-Fly entry that he shares with Belgian Alessio Figuriello, former Audi Sport R8 LMS Cup champion. With the move across to Mercedes AMG this year with Jeffrey. So Alessio still behind the wheel of Audi machinery in Japan in Super GT. Tao continues to hang on to position 4. Now, what is happening with OGA? Dropped up to 14th position. Second now in GTC is the number 918 entry. That will be Zhao Baijian. He is leading the 186, and of course that would be Xiao Min, who started from the 3rd row, got up as high as 3rd, dropped back to 9th. He's still in 9th. No, he's dropped back to 10th. The 998 entry is next up, so 4th position in GTC and 11th overall. Jason Zhang sharing that car this time round with Jeffrey Z, who's been a regular in Audi machinery. We'll see a little bit more of them during the course of this race. Eric Jung continues to charge around. Next lap around, I would almost put the house on the fact he'll be down pit lane. So too these two drivers, Jeffrey Lee and Lin Yu, coming out of the hairpin, just getting on the gas, still very slippery. What can these drivers do? Well, there goes Wang Tao now. Hopefully he has managed to do that prior to any kind of further penalty. So they've all affected their penalty for the restart, so there was some sort of issue on the restart. Pit entry is open, so not sure, given a penalty, pretty certain given a penalty, he can't make his control stop now. I'm sure the team were gesticulating that perhaps he does, but no, this is a drive-through penalty. He gets that sorted, and then he's through. Now that looks like the first of the GT3 cars to come in. That looks like it could well be the 66 entry. Lin Nan has hit the pits. He was in position 7. It is in fact. So assuming Lin Nan started the car, he will hand over to Min Heng. Again, the two drivers have done a fair bit of mileage in China GT over the years. There is, well, I was going to say there is Eric Jung through the Armco. It looked to be red and black. Most certainly isn't. That is one of the 69 racing team entries in the Porsche 1 make division. It's been a great addition to China GT this year. Oh, that was a little close. Whether you call that an unsafe release, but certainly they need to be very careful you don't end up having any kind of contact. So the 66 of Min Heng. Talking about compulsory pit stops. We get to compulsory pit stop times. Now the 66 Mercedes should have been stopped for 53 seconds. By contrast, the number 7 entry of Jeffrey Lee and Alessio Figuriello will be stationary for 77 seconds. So too, Nick Yellowlee and Lin Yu. 75 seconds for the 88 of Alessio Figuriello and Jeffrey Lee. Number 7 Audi will be stationary for 77 seconds, and 79. So that is the series high to Adam Christodoulou and Eric Young. So car number 10, Ben Rouget and Simon Chan. Ben Rouget is leading the one-make category. Purple sector starting to appear on track, so fastest lap still 2:22 to Eric Young. Now that Adam Christodoulou is behind the wheel, interested to see what the real pace will be, just how close Alessio Picariello can go. So there's Eric Young, he's in. Did Jeffrey Lee manage to get him before him? Yeah, there he is down the lane behind. So they will lose potentially 2 seconds. So that advantage they had just slightly. Now Jeffrey Lee comes in, so he's out by 6.2 seconds coming down pit lane. He would lose 2 of that by virtue of the difference between the 2 cars for their compulsory stop. Now that's assuming that they stop as close to their minimum allocated time as possible. If you cross the line, the timing line too quickly, of course you revisit pit lane, drive through the penalty. I don't want to see that. Jeffrey Lee done another great job. Hands the car over to Alessio Picariello, who'll be very keen to stand on the top step of the podium again. They, so far this year, have not had a bad run. They were victorious in the second race at Sepang to kick off the season. It's the 918 entry into pit lane. Should see a driver change due out, and Wang Cheng will jump behind the wheel as now Adam Christodoulou leaves pit lane. There is Alessio Picariello, so I think they've managed to maintain that advantage. It would have been somewhere around 4 to 6 seconds, it could even be more. I don't have the luxury, unfortunately, of knowing how long each car was in pit lane to be able to determine who's been short, who's been long. He's trying to wind the window up. Sure. 186 entry, John Martin, the Australian, on his debut in China GT. He'll be looking forward to this. Set the 5th fastest time. Once he gets it going, Generation 1, Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. CJ1 in the red car. It has served a penalty. So they will, well, potentially. Now, it could be that Wang Tao's still behind the wheel of the car. Down the list at 75. Well, it's done 2 stops. Currently showing position 7, so they may have been able to recover after their good run. That is John Martin. 6 entry. He's now embedded behind the wheel. 7 entry continues to lead around. No, it looks like it's coming down pit lane. There it is on cue. So, who gets out and who gets in? Sunjing. Yep. Okay, so it looks like it was in fact Zhang Chengyi jumping out of the car. Sunjing jumping in. Can drive. Has done some good work behind the wheel of a GT3 car in the past. Spirit Z driver. King's Racing operation. That's likely Nick Yellerly leaving pit lane. No, it's the 92 entry, so that would be not Nick Yellerly. That will be Kevin Chen, about to take over from his teammate Ivan Lee. They were classified in position number 2 at that stage. Now there's Yellerly. Things are about to get interesting. Just taken there for position by Alessio Picariello. So Yellerly's got around somewhere in all of that as the 7 leaves pit lane. Won't get these guys. We'll have to drop back into position. Well, it might at least get one. He's going to get Min Heng. Needs to get up to speed pretty quickly, Sunjing. It's Yellerly and Picariello. Need the screen to refresh the timing monitor at the end of this one. Get a good idea of exactly where we are. Now, how many cars have not committed their stop? So the 36 and the 8. They should be in the process of doing so. Oh, got a little ugly. That was just understanding what the levels of grip were down at turn 6. I think it caught them both wrong-footed that time round. How far can they move this number 7 Kings Racing Audi? Great to see the Audi back running at the front in China GT. Of course, has a stellar career in this championship. Alessio Picciarello getting a sniff of Nick Yellerly, who himself has found what the levels of grip are. Here's 2 young drivers. Oh, yeah, okay. So Alessio's just held it. A 4-wheel slide in through turn 9. Managed to hang on. So the ground he made up, he probably pushed just that little bit extra too hard. And he's going to do a little bit more work now. But he's hung on to it. 2 young drivers at the top of their game, looking to make another impression. This will be great news for someone like Alessio Picciarello. Offered a great opportunity by Absolute Racing in Asia to come across from Europe with a career that had stalled. Jumped into the Formula Masters China Series and made a lot of that opportunity. So too Martin Rump, who was his long-time rival in the Audi Sport R8 LMS Cup. Rump, of course, a big part of the Audi Sport Asia family these days. Alessio moved on to AMG this year alongside his long-time supporter Jeffrey Lee. And, he's looking to try and make an impression amongst some of the factory drivers around the world. What better way to do it than here in China GT against Nick Yellerly, factory driver for BMW, Adam Christodoulou, factory driver for Mercedes AMG. And of course we saw at the start of this race, in fact I'm not sure we have seen the start of this race, we need to go down the order and see if I can find exactly what's happened to Joel Eriksson in the number 91 entry that he would have handed over to Benny Chen. 91 isn't on the list, so in all of this we expected to see Joel Eriksson be right in the mix. That would be our 20th entry that didn't start this race for some reason. Oh, look at this, if you don't mind, through turn 3 and 4. Right, now it's game on. Alessio's made his intentions clear. I want through, old son, and I'm going to make it happen. I've been around this circuit a number of times. I know where I'm going. I know where the dry line is. I know where the grip levels are, and I want through. He needs to be very careful because Nick Yellerly is going to defend with all he has. Up the inside as he closed the door. He's opened the opportunity. He's got the inside now for turn 8. Into 9. What a great race this is turning out to be. 2 young chargers proving their mettle as amongst the best drivers in the world. Oh, you see that 4-wheel drift again for Alessio Picciarello through to turn 10. Have to be mindful of the AstroTurf on the exit. Has claimed victims in past years in a big way. We don't want to see that sort of thing happening. We want to see good, clean racing, and how good is this? So as things stand at the moment, Christodoulou, he is a little bit further up the road. In fact, he's about 12 seconds up the road from this battle. This is not helping neither Yellerly or Picciarello move forward. Whilst they're battling each other, they're losing time. They were in the 2:23s last time round. Full second faster to this man, Adam Christodoulou. Can't quite see the exact number of the car that is continuing to lead the race. The 36. Okay, so it was in pit lane. It was the last to effect its pit stop. So the 36 entry did work its way. The RSR GT Racing entry of Sunjuri. He was the last to go in and make his stop. So we get a clearer indication once these guys cross the line. Sunjin continues to run strongly in that number 7 Audi. Still a little bit mixed up. Now everybody has committed their compulsory stop. We'll have a much better indication of where we're at. 13.2 seconds. 2:23.5 for Christodoulou, 2:24.5 to 2:25.0. That's for Yellerly and Picciarello. So they're costing themselves valuable time. Number 7 entry. Sunjing, 2:27 dead last time round. He lost a little bit more time on track. The 66 entry. Min Heng, the 66 entry now. If my order is correct. Position number 5, and the 75 entry is in position number 6, so that would be CJ Huang. So despite that penalty, they've managed to storm their way back through. The 186, though, look how close it is getting. His debut here with China GT in the GTC category, identical car to two-time champion CJ Huang. John Martin is storming forward very, very nicely. In fact, the two of them are separated by 12.6 seconds, so we'll keep a close eye on that. 2:27.8 for CJ last time round, 2:27 dead for John Martin. Position number 8, the 918 entry. Daniel Yu, the Porsche China junior driver, driving with Jackie Wu in position number 9. So they are leading the Porsche one-mate category. Position 10, the 68 entry. Yu Kai having taken over from Lo Ji Ho. The sole remaining Radical RXC. Sounds like we have some news from pit lane. Let's go down to Sophie and catch up.
范侃今天从杆位发车啊，其实这样雨战的情况下，从第一位发车绝对是不容易的。那跟我们说一下你这个部分的完成情况，以及在赛场上的一个整体的表现。Evaluate your performance today.
今天确实这个雨战，安全车发车，然后应该是第3圈又有安全车出来。2次这个安全车发车的时候，其实都拉开了一些距离，但是整体因为赛道非常非常滑。 所以在其实在这个发车之前，我们在installation lap 的时候，已经尝试着在赛道每一条线上去找抓地，所以这样我们就能够在一开始的第一个 stint 能够一圈基本上能够拉出对手，还是有可能1秒的时间。
非常感谢 Eric， 也希望你的这个接下来 Adam 的表现能更加顺利。So Eric just summarizes his part. Actually, to start following safety car is definitely very difficult, especially starting from the 3rd lap. But so far, so good. Good luck for car number 63 and cross back to your guys. 接下来时间转回到我们解说间。
Well, Picariello's got the eyes on again. What's happened whilst we've been talking down there in pit lane is the rain's intensified again. It's picked up where I am in the paddock area. So it's picked up on track. You can see that down at turn 14, just how dark it's getting down there. There is a little bit of mist in the lens, no doubt. It's been sitting out in the weather for the whole day. And Picariello tries for the crossover. Yellowly's wise to that one. Can he get him up the inside? It's the grip coming out of the corner. The two of them skating on a knife's edge, doing everything they can, but what they are also doing continually is losing ground to Adam Christodoulou in that 63 Mercedes at the front of the field. Trying to get two young guys that are making an impression work together. Probably not a reality. So Christodoulou, you'd have to argue, is in the box seat. Now, number 69 has been given a drive-through penalty. I'm not really sure why, but I can see it has been, and that's me putting the commentator's curse on that Jackie Wu Daniel Liu entry that was, currently is, provided it doesn't serve well. It looks like it's coming down pit lane now. Were in position 9 outright and leading the Porsche one-mate category. 20 minutes to go, 3rd race distance. What can these two do? Championship points leader and a race winner. In fact, between the two drivers on screen, they've won all 4 races so far this year in GT3, in GTC, obviously, with their respective co-drivers. Christodoulou doing more than enough. Eric Zhang was the key to that result. Now, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him. I've just done that to the 69 Porsche. I'm sure Alessio will win a braking duel with the BMW down there. Again, it depends on this rain. If it does get more intense, that could happen. We're back down to pit lane. And Sophie Lee.
在我身旁的是7号车组的江腾一。江腾一，其实今天你的这个部分有超上到第3，有落后到第5，其实整体表现来说可圈可点。能跟我们分享一下你自己从开车角度来说，你对于第一部分满意吗？
从我个人而言还是比较满意的吧，因为这一周我们来了以后，才知道整个赛会对老款的，就是比如说你没有更新的那些 GT3 赛车是打压的非常的厉害。 就基本上是让那些赛车是不可能具有任何竞争力的，但是在来之前呢，他们也不告诉我们，因为之前我们是想用 AMG 的车来跑比赛，因为还是知道 AMG 的车无论是今年还是去年都是很有竞争力的，但也是因为某些原因，可能和赛会有关吧，车来不及修，所以我自己尽力了吧，但希望今后这个比赛想越办越好的话，还是能够多综合一下各方的意见，希望不要让人。虽然 虽然我们嘴上说是来打酱油的，但不要让我们真的来打酱油。
谢谢江腾一，也希望孙正接下来的比赛能够比较顺利。江腾一 just mentioned about actually the old version of Audi R8 LMS GT3 actually didn't have lots of an advantage in the race here at this stop. So he sincerely, hopefully, that some changes can be put into the race in the following up season. 非常感谢江腾一。那接下来时间呢，将我们现场转回给解说间 Cross Back to your guys.
Thank you, Sophie. More insights from down in pit lane. Certainly this is getting interesting. Don't be too alarmed by the some of the unusual lines that Alessio Picariello is taking around this circuit. In fact, it looks like Nick Yellowly starting a little bit of it too. This is something that young drivers often learn from go-karts. The racing line can often be better off what would be the traditional racing line, the racing line in the wet. So the ideal line can be well off where there would be fluids that have dropped under racing cars following the direct racing line. So they're just searching for a little bit of extra grip and a little bit of extra drive, certainly around the outside of turns 1 and 2. Picariello just trying to find that extra advantage. These two young drivers too closely matched. He's gone out wide there, hopefully trying to get a better slingshot through 14 into 15. That hasn't quite worked, but interesting to watch that Yellowly too has started to investigate other opportunities. Just looking for any chance to extend. What is the gap now? Well, they've equalised the gap somewhat. 224.4 to Christodoulou, 225.1 for Yellowly, 224.8 to Picariello. So they've found something that may even be working together. This is further back down the order. This will be the battle for GTC. Could be Jeffrey Z too. So just checking on the 86 entry. That would be, sorry, the 68 entry. It's 86 in, wow, side by side through the Parabolica. The V10 naturally aspirated 5.2 litre engine of the Audi is going to have the drive on the 3.7 litre turbocharged. 3.5 litre, sorry, EcoBoost. Ford-powered Radical RXC, different in weight, of course. Now it's a braking duel. Weight might pay off in favour of the Radical. Looks like it has. Yukai, no, he's had the door closed on the exit. This is an enthralling battle. This is great work. Jeffrey Z in the 998. He's done a lot of miles in this Generation 1 Audi R8 LMS GT3 over recent years. Been part of the Audi Sport R8 LMS Cup as well. And does love his time with the mighty V10 Audi machine. And he'll be enjoying this no end. He's really developed as a driver over the course of the last 12 months. And, taking the fight to a driver, the calibre of Yukai is going to be very, very satisfying. What does the Radical have over the course of the rest of the lap? Picariello, 0.7 of a second back from Yellowly. Nothing much has changed there. The Audi, nearly 15 seconds back. The number 7 Kings Racing Audi, with Sunjing behind the wheels in position number 4. The 66 entry, Min Heng behind the wheel of the YC Racing Mercedes AMG GT3. The YC Racing team, a big field of entries in every category here this weekend, including, of course, the Porsche 108 category. 4 categories of competition, various championships, Pro-Am, Am-Am. A lot of opportunities for drivers to succeed here as part of China GT. Third full season of China GT. Of course, we kicked off in 2015. It was more a toe in the water exercise just to see what China's own national GT championship would be like. It's blossomed in season 2017 and 18, which saw back-to-back wins in GT3 and Kings Racing operation. It's from 2019 now. Kings Racing making a return to the championship this weekend. As you see, Christodoulou working his way through the lap traffic, still comfortably up front, although he did 227.3 last time around, so traffic may be costing him. Let's hope for his case, I've put the commentator's curse on him, he's got a bigger issue. This is going to cost him a little bit of track time too. It's not the way he needs to be getting through traffic. Lost 2.4 seconds to Nick Yellerly last time round. Advantage now down from 14.5, nearly 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Picariello's now a second back from the BMW. He might be just regrouping to try and find something a little bit later in this race. Position number 6, CJ Huang. We've seen this so many times over the last 2 seasons. It was the iconic yellow and green colours of D2 over the last couple of years. This time round, YC Racing Team. Number 75 entry, Wang Tao. Oh, look at it down at turn 14, into that long main straight. That's what conditions are like. Again, this is part lens, it's also part rain, it's also part mist. Being brought up by those cars at near 260 kilometres per hour down to the braking point. Certainly braking an awful lot earlier than they would be and running in dry conditions. A few drivers watching on. Daniel Bilski, of course, a big part of the Audi family. Racing in the Thailand Super Series with Be Quick Racing team boss Henk Kicks. Martin Kuhl has been watching the whole race. Director of Audi Sport Customer Racing Asia. Gaining a lot of attention this championship as it has done over the last couple of seasons. And Chris Tadulu, factory driver for AMG. It has attracted a number of world-class drivers over recent years, continues to do so. It's a great opportunity for the local drivers to have a benchmark against which to apply themselves. And that has seen the Asian region emerge with a number of drivers capable of some very, very impressive things. In fact, during the GT4 race earlier today, Yu Wei, who'd finished on the podium in Pro-Am at Le Mans last weekend, Ferrari 488 GTE, he proved to be very, very competitive. Sonny Wong, another who's racing both TCR UK this year, but more importantly drove in an all Hong Kong entry in an Audi Sport R8 LMS GT4 a couple of weeks ago at Nürburgring for the 24-hour race. These drivers are standing very, very tall, being very, very solid, and to see drivers like Eric Zhang too to open this very, very challenging leg of round 5 of China GT and hand the car to Adam Christodoulou in such a strong position was great to see. And of course we can't discount the abilities of Lin Yu, who made his debut with FIS Team AAI alongside Nick Yellerly last time out at Ningbo, and helped take him to back-to-back victories and hand the young Englishman the championship points lead as we come to Shanghai International Circuit. Always a challenging circuit. This is one that, unlike somewhere like Zhuhai and perhaps Zhejiang, we also travel to, it's an F1 style circuit, big, fast flowing open corners. This is the one that really tests the pros from the amateurs. The pros can extract a lot more speed out of the car in those big wide corners that require a lot of concentration, a lot of skill, a lot of ability, and that can see some of the amateurs struggle a little bit more. We know with the Audi Sport R8 LMS Cup, Vincent Florendo from the Philippines made a return to the Cup recently. Ran very strongly at Zhuhai, finished on the podium twice. The following round we came here to Shanghai International Circuit. He was lamenting he was unable to hang on to the car around this big, fast, open circuit. And that did have an effect on him and his pace around Shanghai. He said purely it is just experience and miles. There's also fitness on a big circuit like this. A lot of work on the neck and the head to be able to extract as much pace as you can, and that's why you see drivers the calibre of Christodoulou, Yellerly, Ericsson and Picariello running so strongly. Still very nice to see Sunjing. He's running back in the number 7 car. 227 last time around. He's just dropped into a 231, so must have been a little bit of traffic. 226 for Picariello. He seems to have dropped off now. He's 2.5 seconds back from Yellerly. Christodoulou's up by 12 seconds. He's maintained that gap. Nothing much has changed. 225.2 to 225 dead for Yellerly last time around. The 66. No change there to 75. CJ Huang doing just what he has recently. And John Martin in the 186 entry. Sounds like Sophie has some news down there in pit lane.
在我身旁 的是在 GTC 组别暂时领先的75号车组的王涛，你的队友黄希展呢正在奋力拼搏啊。跟我们说一下，今天其实发车位置其实中间靠后。所以在一开始的发车到现在能够超到前面，在 GTC 组别，尤其是今天我们有19辆车啊，能跟我们分享一下你的体会？
其实今天下雨对于我来说有一定的优势，就是我开车本身也慢，所以正好下雨大家都慢下来了，然后我呢就借力，然后就把大家这个就算是大家都让着我吧，因为毕竟大家都不希望有碰撞嘛，所以我呢就借着前面有超越，我就溜边我就过去了，然后呢确实也搭上运气好吧。
非常感谢王涛，也希望黄希展接下来的表现能够发挥稳定。So Wang Tao just mentioned about actually today rainy condition benefits him a lot because he drives slow normally. Just kidding, but at the same time, he just tried to use the advantage when there are so many cars. They are trying to overtake with each other, and that kind of chaotic situation. And Wang Tao overtakes so many cars and finish now so far the leading the GTC category. Good luck for car number 75. It's our time. Cross back to your guys. 转回到我们的解说间。
It's not the commentator's curse, it's the host's curse, because Sophie, as it turns out, whilst you were yakking, he's no longer leading the GTC category. John Martin with a storming couple of laps. In fact, last time round, John Martin at 2:28.1. That said, it was still a 2:28.7 for CJ Huang, but Martin's managed to have some level of consistency, and he stormed up behind. No. The Radicals are just not having a great day. The Extreme Motorsports team did quite well during the GT4 race with their KTM crossbows, but as Liu Kai, he was up into position number 10. They had served a drive-through penalty for a starting infringement with Lo Ji Ho. Had got up as high as about position 5 outright, were leading GTC. They were 5th in class, but now they've dropped back. But John Martin has worked his way forward. Coming out of turn 6, perhaps. So dramas there for Extreme Motorsports entry. Yep, looks like it might be coming out of turn 6. So frustration for them. They've not had a great day. Of course, we saw Songmo off on that opening lap somewhere around the circuit. Let's check the order for the Porsche One Make Series. Where are we? Number 69 entry is currently leading Jackie Wu and Daniel Liu. So Daniel likely behind the wheel now. As there is Nick Yellerly, he's broken away from Alessio Picariello. But another podium finish pending for the Craft Bamboo operation. For Yellerly, this will be, well, effectively an extension in his championship points lead. Came into this round on 76 points, 14 points clear of Frank Yu and Jasmine Jafar. Their cars are currently doing the rounds in Japan. Last weekend Suzuka, next weekend Fuji, so they weren't able to get the car back in time for this weekend. Jeffrey Lee and Alessio Picariello had a second car that they could bring into this round. There's Adam Christodoulou coming up to lap 92 entry. And they are back in position number 13. So that will be another solid result for Kevin Chen and Ivan Lee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th in the GT3 class. They are 11th outright. .26.9 for Christodoulou last time round. 12.1 seconds advantage. 25.6 for Yellerly. 3.5 seconds now. So Picariello has basically lost the toe, as it were. So tend to suggest that that one is locked away. Second in, so Benjamin Rouget is in position number 12. Position number 12 and second in category, Porsche One Make Series. He's behind the wheel of the car. Simon Chan had started the car. So they're second, the 36th entry. Hazard a guess without putting too much on it. I was going to say it was one of the 69 Racing Team entries. It's not. It's the RSR GT Racing entry. And the 36 car should now have Gianna Yu behind the wheel. As we get into the last 4 minutes of this race, frustrating that we didn't get a chance to see after such a stellar qualifying effort. Joel Eriksson, he put the FIS Team AII entry. Number 91 onto the second row, third quickest, 2:05.36. The pole sitting pace of Christodoulou with 2:05.85, so half a second back. Out-qualified Nick Yellerly. So the two FIS Team AII BMW M6 GT3 should have started on the second row. But unfortunately, we never got a chance to see the man who's, well, he's taken DTM a bit by storm this year. We hope that we get to see that car in tomorrow's second race. So tomorrow morning, 12:05, well, I guess you call it afternoon, 12:05 p.m, we'll go into round 6 of GT4, and then 2:10 p.m, so about an hour or so after the GT4 race has concluded, we'll be into round 6 of the 2019 GT3, GTC and Porsche One Make Series for China GT, and that will be, at that stage, the midpoint of the 2019 season. Rain has stopped. That's good news. There was a prediction that we'd get up to 25 millimetres of rain between about 11 a.m. this morning and about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, which tends to suggest the rain will carry on in some fashion over the course of the next few hours at least. That said, there were also storm warnings issued about 2 or 3 days ago for the potential to stop the race and to clear personnel from the venue. Strong winds and electrical conditions, but fortunately so far, apart from a brief burst of thunder, a couple of flashes of lightning, that was towards the closing stages of the GT4 race. We've been relatively undisturbed since that point. It has given the drivers a chance to do something. Yellow flag. Now we're seeing safety car, or is that just waved yellows off course for the radical? Stopped on the exit of turn 6. Yukai, unfortunately, after running quite strongly, Ho, that is the 36 entry. Expect 36 entry. So expect the RSR GT Racing entry that we were just talking about, holding down position number 3, I think, in class. Yes, behind Ben Rougeau, who is currently second in class now. Is the Rougeau's car? Oh, careful there. That could be a bit of a challenge. Unless I'm very much mistaken, that was a waved yellow flag and a passing opportunity. Be very careful with that opportunity. That may be Rougeau there immediately ahead of Nick Yellerly. Still storming around. Still effectively 12 seconds behind Adam Christodoulou. Fastest lap of this race was set by Eric Jung in the early stage of this race. In fact, lap 2 at 2:22.615, the first charging lap before conditions got worse there for a little bit. Christodoulou last time round 2:26.5, 2:26.4 for Yellerly, 2:26.4 for Alessio Picariello. So their quickest laps in the 23s. 63 entry goes around for one more time. This will be last lap. We'll end the winning streak, Nick Yellerly, for now. Second will add valuable championship points. Christodoulou came into this round equal 7th with Eric Jung. They were on 34 points. An extra 20 will take them to 54. They'll certainly jump up the order, but Ivan Lee and Kevin Chen, the 92, still running around. Yes, it is. 6th in class. So that's valuable championship points for them, so they'll stay higher. Jeffrey Lee and Alessio Picariello too will improve, although Picariello was behind both Jung and Christodoulou coming into this race. Min Heng and Lin Nan, well, they're dropped back a little bit in this race as well. Yellerly will continue his charge, and U2 will bag a nice haul of points as well. 18 points for them, 20 for the victory. 16 for third. Changing the point structure recently, so sure I'm a huge fan of that, but to each their own. It's keeping things very, very interesting. As down to turn 11, the left-hander swings into the double right-hander that is the Parabolica onto the long back straight here at Shanghai International Circuit. North of 260 kilometres per hour down to the braking mark. And I'm tipping it's well before the 100-metre mark on a day like today. Just a couple of corners from home for Adam Christodoulou and Eric Zhang. And what a great result for the Chinese driver. Has been learning a lot over the last 12 months. Been very impressive. It's made the odd error, but when you jump into a car at this high level, certainly with, I guess, some level of added pressure from having a pro driver as your partner, you want to impress, you want to improve every time. You're under a little bit of pressure. He has managed to stand tall on a day when the conditions have been very, very difficult. This is just reward. What a nice result for the Toro Racing team. Adam Christodoulou and Eric Zhang. Victory in round 5 of the 2019 China GT Championship. Nick Yellerly, another stellar job from the young Englishman. He crosses the line in position number 2. Good haul of points for he and Lin Yu. That does extend his championship points lead. Alessio Picariello and Jeffrey Lee cross the line in position number 3. I tend to suggest we're pretty close to the number 7 Kings Racing Audi. Sun Jing behind the wheel. Come around that final corner and take position number 4. Great to see the Kings Racing colours back in China GT. This has certainly been a great home for them over the last couple of seasons. That should be the 5th placed car, the 66 entry. Min Heng and Lin Nan. Yeah, okay, so the 7 entry has crossed the line. The 186 of John Martin and top honours for GTC after setting a cracking qualifying time on his debut. There is Sun Jing just going through bottom of screen in the Kings Racing Audi. Next across the line, CJ Huang in the number 75 YC Racing Team Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. The 918. Pretty sure that's a YC Racing entry as well. Yes, it is. Across the line in position 8. The 998 Eagle-Eyed Racing Team Audi with Jeffrey Z. The Generation 1 Audi R8 LS GT3 in position number 9. Daniel Liu across the line in position number 10. The 69 entry in the Porsche 1 make category. They should take top honours now. Assuming they did take a drive-through penalty. Yes, have stopped twice. A number of drivers in this field have stopped twice. Unfortunately, a number of those due to penalties. Car number 92. That, of course, is Ivan Lee and Kevin Chen. They will take 6th place in GT3. Position number 12. Ben Rouget and Simon Chan. 2nd in the Porsche 1 make category. The number 36 Porsche comes across the line. There's your top 3 on screen. Heading down to the final corner. Those drivers shortly. The number 36 entry, 3rd in the Porsche 1 make category and 13th outright. Car 8 in position 14. The 666 in position 15. The 68, unfortunately, the first of the retirements. Was unfortunate after a great start by Lo Ji Ho. They really were strong in this field, and both the Extreme Motorsport Radical RXCs in the end failed. But Liu Kai, after working his way back into contention, he was looking for a potential podium finish in GTC. Just coming out of turn 6, had a drama. Could have been electrical. They've had those gremlins in the past, sort of water around. They can have an impact. No denying the winner. Adam Christodoulou and Eric Zhang, justifiable winners in pretty treacherous conditions, and they should be pretty happy with that. And I think Eric Zhang deserves, he pretty much deserves the bulk of that, and I'm sure Adam Christodoulou will tell him just that. Mate, you really set this one up. It made it pretty easy for me to just control the field at the front. I had a couple of young hopefuls behind me charging pretty hard, but again, the quickest lap of this race was the man right of screen, Eric Zhang. Head of Adam Christodoulou, the factory driver for Mercedes AMG, back from a run at the Nürburgring 24-hour race. Colours of the Kings Racing Audi in the background. We'll go down to Sophie. She'll be up to talk to these guys very, very shortly.
好，在这里非常恭喜我身旁63号车组2位车手 Adam Cristola 和张凯获得了我们的第一场正赛 GT3 组别的冠军。先从张凯开始吧。今天这场比赛雨战从杆位发车有很多的不确定因素，我想知道你现在此时此刻的心情以及难得的久违的这个获胜感觉怎么样？
非常非常开心，哇！今天很不容易，赛道非常滑。但是我和 Adam 我觉得都表现非常不错，而且真的是一个久违的冠军，终于轮到我们了。
山水轮流转 It's definitely for Eric. It's a victory that had been long waiting for, and also today the track is super slippery, so super happy for him to win. Adam, congratulations. With extra weight in your car, do you think with raining condition, extra weight, lots of uncertainties on the track, score your race here today?
Yeah, it was brilliant. The boys did a great job. We've all worked really hard. We just missed out on the podium at Ningbo, and so well deserved thanks to the guys.
Thank you, both of you. Congratulations one more time, Adam and Eric. 那在这里呢 ，Adam 也跟我们分享了一下，其实，在宁波站没能登上最高的领奖台，有些遗憾。但是在上海站，他们能够夺得冠军，对于他来说真的非常的开心。Congratulations for both of you, and cross back to your guys. 接下来时间转回到我们的解说间。
Well, the crowd were treated to more great racing at Shanghai International Circuit. Teams all celebrating. John Martin just walking through left of screen. He did a great job, but very much set up by Xiao Min. So he can take some valuable experience out of driving alongside the former LMP2 frontrunner, prototype driver, and a lot of GT competition. His debut in China GT. Great to see the colours of CTVS on screen. Working hard behind the scenes in what are fairly challenging conditions. We are back down with Sophie. Get a surprise as to who she might be with.
同样的祝贺要送给我身旁的186号车组2位车手肖敏和 John Martin 获得了 GTC 组别的冠军。先从 John 开始 ，John taking the cut for the second session. What is the difficult you met and to claim the victory? How does it feel?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Obviously, Xiao Min did an amazing job in the first stint. We got a bit helped by the safety cars and stuff, but yeah, looked after the tyre and then yeah, just pushed on to the end. So it was quite a good race with number 75 over here. So that was really cool at the end, but because my rear tyres were dead, so it's entertaining definitely.
Thank you so much, John. 那其实这样跟我们说了一下，尤其是在最后的时候，大家可以看到他们和身旁的5号车组的王涛他们车组有一个非常激烈的竞争，最后拿到冠军真的很不容易。想问一下肖敏大哥，今天从杆位就是 GTC 组别最快的这个位置发车，当时呢你也说了挺担心的，因为周围有很多 GT3 的赛车。那跟我们分享一下今天你的这个部分的完成程度，以及这个冠军对你来说有多么的重要 ？How important is this win？
我觉得我起步的时候还是丢掉了一些压力，所以我起步的时候我觉得自己感觉非常的勇猛，然后前面几圈还发挥的不错，然后最后把这个车安全的带回来，交给我的队友。
谢谢小敏，在这里再次祝贺小敏和 John。小敏 just mentioned about actually lose some pressure, make him have a very good, pretty good start, and the following up, the session goes and continues, and it is the stability that makes the victory works. Congratulations one more time for both of you. 再次祝贺我身旁的2位车手获得 GTC 组别的冠军。接下来时间将我们的现场转交回解说间，稍后我们还会有颁奖环节。Now cross back to your guys for the awarding ceremony.
Whilst John Martin's a very experienced campaigner, Xiao Min, I've seen a bit of him over the last couple of years. He made a fairly tentative start to his time in China GT, but you'd have to say in conditions like that, to come away and help build a lead for John Martin to convert. As John Martin said, the tyre condition towards the end wasn't great, so perhaps it was a little bit drier than we first thought, but they gave those tyres a fair hammering over the course of 60 minutes. So here is the end result. For the 63 team, Toro Racing victory for Adam Christodoulou and for Eric Zhang, Nick Yalili and Lin Yu will take position number 2 and valuable championship points. Alessio Picarello and Jeffrey Lee in position number 3. 186 entry just heard from them. Xiao Min and John Martin take the victory, and Daniel Liu and Jackie Wu will take the win in the 69 Racing Team Porsche for the Porsche One Make Series. We'll go through to the podium presentations, so stay with us for that. Make sure you join us tomorrow. We start 12:05 p.m. will be round 2, or race 2 rather, round 6 of GT4 and China GT. And the 16 cars entered this morning. Fully expect to see those 16 cars back for tomorrow's second race for the weekend. And then round 6 of GT3, GTC and the Porsche One Make Series at 2:10 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Stay with the social media platforms in both Chinese and English, and check out the website www.chinagt.net. Thanks for joining us.
test。没事儿。
女士们、先生们，让我们接下来的时间进入到我们的颁奖环节。现在马上要进行到的是2019年为我们呈现的 GT3 组别车队的各大奖项。那么，首先颁发到的是我们的车队冠军。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podium ceremony of GT3 Class at Round 1 of China GT Championship 2019 in Shanghai. Now let's welcome the winning team.
车队冠军获得者是 Face Team AAI， 欢迎他们
The winning team goes to Face Team AAI。
来，让我们掌声欢迎他们。那么此刻呢，我们同样揭晓组别前3的获得者。第3位是 EWS Craft Bamboo Racing， 来自于我们的车号88，车手 Alessio Pimerio 以及 Jeffrey Lee。Now
let's welcome the top 3 place getters of GT3 class. The second runner-up goes to EWS Craft Bamboo Racing, Alessio Pimerio, Jeffrey Lee.
好，接下来的时间当中呢，我们揭晓到的组别前3的第2位，也是我们的车号90号 Face Team AAI Nick Yellowly 以及林瑜，让我们掌声欢迎。
The first runner-up goes to Face Team AAI Nick Yellowly and Lin Yu。
同样呢，欢迎到的是我们的1号，获得我们的1号的是车号63，车手队伍是 Tower Racing， 车手是 Adam Chris Studio 以及我们的张侃。
The champion goes to Tower Racing, Adam Cristodolo and Zhang Kan。
来，此刻呢，有请我们的各位车手来到我们的前方。下面的时间，我们有请我们的颁奖嘉宾来到舞台，也请全场的各位朋友们把目光锁定这里。现在为大家带来的是我们 GT3 车队组别的车队冠军，还有组别前3。好，下面的时间，让我们有请颁奖嘉宾米其林亚太赛事总监狄跃池先生，掌声有请。
Let's welcome our presenter to award the top 3 place getters, Michelin Asia Pacific Motorsport Director Patrick Deers。
好，接下来的时间呢，我们有请我们的领导为获奖者一一进行颁奖，颁发属于他们的殊荣。感谢他们在比赛之中为我们呈现的精彩赛事，每一个环节当中都拥有着前所未有的动力。来，我们站在一起来啊！我们同样的颁奖的环节当中，也不要忘记精彩的合影瞬间。好，我们接下来为大家一起颁奖。每一份奖项代表了一份对于他们的认可，对于他们向前进方向的承诺。这一份承诺承载了每一位车手的梦想。好，我们有请我们的领导和我们的几位车手一起握手，举起我们的奖杯，共同合影留念。
Let's take a group photo together.
来，面向我们的镜头 ，take a photo together. 好，接下来是我们的香槟时间。
It's champagne time.
哇！ 我看到我们的领导啊，真的是鲤鱼跃龙门，迅速的逃离了现场。来，我们看一下这经典的时刻，每一位车手送给我们的惊喜，朋友们掌声！你们的欢呼声！哇！好，在这里我们恭喜他们。那接下来的环节当中，我们马上要为大家带来我们的 PA 前2名的获得者，也是我们的 Pro AM 组别的前3获得者啊，前3位。好，即将要为我们带来的是 PA 组的前3位。好，让我们也一起。好，那接下来的时间，让我们为大家揭晓。好，我们接下来的时间就会为大家进入颁奖环节。下面的时间进入到我们的 PA 前3名。
Now let's welcome the top 3 place getters of Pure AM class.
那么接下来我们首先有请获得第3名的 EWS Craft 颁布 Racing 车队车号88车手 Alexin Priu 以及 Jeffrey 连。
The second runner-up goes to EWS Craft Bamboo Racing, Alessio Pecorillo and Jeffrey Lee.
好，同样的，我们揭晓第2名，第2名是 Fist Team AI 车号90号 Nick Yellow Lee 以及林宇。
The first runner-up goes to Face Team AAI, Nick Yellow, Lin Yu.
同样，我们揭晓第1位63号 Tower Racing 车队的我们的 Adam Cristodo 以及曾肯。
The champion goes to Tower Racing, Adam Cristodolo and Zhang Kan.
让我们接下来的时间，有请我们这一组的领导为他们进行颁奖。有请懂车帝形象大使王凯。
Let's welcome our presenter to award the top 3 getters, Nico Wong, Image Ambassador of D-Car.
有请他为每位获奖的车手进行颁奖。奖杯的意义不言而喻，奖杯象征着一种承载的责任和使命荣耀。让我们共同拿起我们的奖杯，面向我们的前方。这就是我们粉丝还有我们所有车友们期待的时刻。让我们共同见证他们的伟大。让我们一起合影留念。
Now let's take a group photo together.
哇哦，太棒了，精彩每一个瞬间。那下面的时间呢，让我们一起进入香槟时刻。
It's champagne time.
好，我们现在来看到啊，接下来的时间当中，每一位要为大家呈现的都是一种力量，那就是源自于我们的内心。相信每一位期待的伙伴们都已经等待很久了，也希望大家呢能够把目光锁定这里。每一次颁奖时间都非常的震撼，也希望大家能够用你们内心的呐喊声为我们去呈现。所以接下来的时间为我们带来绅士组前2名。
Now let's welcome the top 2 place getters of AA class.
获得绅士组第2名的是 Face Team AI 92号李月勋以及陈君华。
The first runner-up goes to Face Team AAR 李月勋 and 陈君华。
获得第1名的是王思瑞斯66号刘连南。
The timing goes to Y。
让我们掌声，同时让我们有请瑞士高级腕表品牌 Carwadance 首席运营官 Miss Gringo Solikin。
Now let's welcome our presenter to award the top 2 place getters, Mr. Gregor Selakin, the CEO of Carwadance。
掌声有请，让我们共同将承载着荣誉以及责任和担当的奖杯传递到他们手中。每一份奖杯都是向他们过往每一份汗水的辉煌所带来的一份成就，也让我们一起印证他们的成长，他们的伟大时刻。那接下来的时间当中，让我们一起合影。
Now let's take a group photo together.
好，那接下来就是我们的香槟时刻。
It's champagne time. Welcome.
恭喜我们的 YC Racing 获得车队冠军。
Now let's welcome the winning team, YC Racing.
那下面我们同样介绍到的是这组别前3，分别是我们的第3位来自于车号918车队 YC Racing 车手郑婉成、周碧红。
Now let's welcome the top 3 place getters of GTC Class, YC Racing 郑万成 and 周碧黄。
组别前3的第2位获得者 YC Racing 车号75号王涛以及黄熙展。
The first runner-up goes to YC Racing 黄熙展 and Wang Tao。
那么下面我们为大家带来的是1号获得者，车号186号车队 YC Racing 我们的周 Martin 小敏。
The timing goes to YCRT John Martin and Xiaoming。
有请北京珠穆朗玛移动通讯有限公司8848台金手机品牌总监，我们的梅健先生，让我们掌声有请梅总。这个为大家带来的是 GTC 组车队，我们的车队冠军和组别前3的介绍。每一个奖项承载的希望和梦想的时刻，他们所有的梦想在这一刻为我们徜徉，他们就是因比赛而生。让我们把奖杯送予最值得获得的朋友们。接下来我们准备一起合影留念。
Now let's take a group photo together.
我们在一起共同合影，记录下这难忘的瞬间。面向我们的镜头。我们一起香槟时刻。
It's champagne time.
恭喜我们的车手，香槟四溢，浇灌的是我们的激情和我们对于胜利的执着。那稍后的环节，我们还继续为大家带来我们的各大奖项的颁布，也千万不要错过。因为马上在休息片刻以后，会为我们带来的是 PA 的前两 OK， 也希望大家千万不要错过哦。好，接下来的时间，让我们为大家带来的是前两位获得者。
Now let's welcome the top two place skaters of GTC Pro AM Class.
是的，首先是第2名，来自车号998车队经纬云果车队张志强 Jeffrey Z。
The first runner-up goes to 经纬云果 team, 张志强 and Jeffrey Z.
那么同样第1名的获得者，我们为大家揭晓186号车号车队 YCRT John Martin 小明。
The champion goes to YCRT John Martin and Xiaoming.
我们有请领导一部舞台，瑞士高级腕表品牌 Car Dancing 董事杨东成。
Let's welcome our presenter to award the top two place skaters, Mr. Terry Young, the director of Cabadance Asia Pacific.
有请我们的领导为他们戴上殊荣，颁发属于他们的奖励。好，我们一起合影留念。
Let's take a photo together.
Let's get a photo together. 接下来是属于你们的香槟时间。哦，我们的车手没有拿到香槟，但是没关系，我们也为车手准备了精美的香槟在我们的休息室当中，所以不要走开，朋友们，因为我们还有奖项为您呈现。 接下来是我们的 AA 组的前2位，你们期待吗？是我们的绅士组别前2位。
Now let's welcome the top two place skaters of AA class.
获得第2名呢是车号918车队 YC Racing 郑婉成、周碧华。
The first runner-up goes to YC Racing 郑万成 and 周碧华。
获得第1名的是75号 YC Racing 黄锡展、王涛。
The champion goes to YC Racing 黄锡展 and 王涛。
同时，让我们有请我们的领导移步舞台，有请瑞士高级腕表品牌高档 C 大中华区 CEO 潘国忠。
Let's welcome our presenter to award the top two place skaters, the CEO of Cabadance Greater China, Sammy Pong.
来，我们站到一起来合影留念，记录一下这经典瞬间。
Let's take a photo together.
属于你们的香槟时刻，
It's champagne time.
让我们庆祝这难忘精彩的一天。风雨阻挡不住我们车手的信念，也希望我们的车手们能将这种信念带回到我们的舞台之后。同样呢，也期待我们现场的朋友千万不要走开，因为稍后要进行的颁奖是我们的单一品牌组，也希望大家千万不要错过。下面为大家带来单一品牌组，首先为大家揭晓的是我们的车队冠军。车队冠军单一品牌组的是69 Racing Team。
Welcome to the podium ceremony of One Make Troy, a Troy category group of China GT Championship 2019 in Shanghai. Now let's welcome the winning team, 69 Racing Team.
同样，我们揭晓组别前三，第3位来自于242 GT Racing 简瑞佑以及孙子睿。
Now let's welcome the top 3 place getters of One Make Troy category group, 69 Racing Team, RSR GT Racing 简瑞佑 and 孙子睿。
接下来我们揭晓第2位，那是我们的10号车69 Racing Team 本云云以及徐梦婵。
The first runner-up goes to 69 Racing Team, Ben Roget and Simon Chan.
我们的第1名，车号69，车号是车队是69 Racing Team 丹尼尔路以及我们的 Jackie Wu。
The champion goes to 69 Racing Team, Daniel Lu and Jackie Wu.
让我们有请我们的颁奖嘉宾，保时捷亚太赛车运动部负责人居伯恩先生。
Let's welcome our presenter to award the top 3 place getters, Alexander Gibbard, head of Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific.
这经典难忘的瞬间，让我们共同承载。那让我们一起记录下这一刻，这一刻属于每一位为比赛辛勤付出的工作人员，属于每一位坚持到底的我们的车手和粉丝们，你们辛苦了。但是也不要忘记了，我们还有奖项啊。 对，那我们接下来属于你们的合影时间，让我们一起站在一起来，拿起我们的奖杯，合影留念。
Now let's take a photo together.
Let's take a photo together. Congratulations. 那我们的小面时刻
It's champagne time.
哇哦，大雨 阻挡不住每一位朋友们的热情，你们的每一分点滴都点燃了我们。哇哦！我的天！好，比赛就是这么的精彩，每个瞬间，让我们有请方妮。
雨势呢也是越来越大了，但是呢，今天在整一天的比赛当中，上汽国际赛车场我们见证了 China GT 中国超级跑车锦标赛在上海站的第一天的正赛，祝贺所有登上 GT3、GTC 以及 GT4组别的获胜者。明天呢，我们还有第2天的正赛，所以呢，希望我们所有观众朋友能够守定准时来收看我们的2场正赛。Wow, thank you so much for joining us this great afternoon, and see you tomorrow. We still have one more racing day to go.